kiddo. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing very fine, and I also hope the Josh is very high. Yeah? Yes, so we need a lot of energy. Okay, we are going to learn a very, very, very interesting topic, which is you can see the question put on before you. How does a plant or a tree get water during day and night? Okay, that's an interesting question, right? Of course, plants also need water, right? We have to keep ourselves hydrated, so do the plants, right? They need water, very, very much important for them. So, how do they take up water, right? Yes, that's very interesting. Let us begin. So, basically, during daytime, okay, there is a different phenomenon, and nighttime, there is a different phenomenon coming into the play. Now, why so? Okay, that's a big question, right? So, during the daytime, there is something called as transpiration, which is bringing about a force called transpirational pull. Okay, that will help in the upward movement of water, sucking the water. But in order to understand that, you have to know what is transpiration. Look at this beautiful picture where you can see tiny openings, right? These are nothing but these tomatal pores. This stomata is active and it is open only during the daytime when the sun shines. Okay. Therefore, transpiration happens only in the daytime actively because the stomata is active during the daytime. Now, what is transpiration? I can say it's a process of excretion in plants because uh, it is nothing but the water is lost in the form of water vapor through stomata. Okay, transpiration is a process by which excess water in the plant is lost in the form of water vapor, okay, through the tiny pores called stomata. So when this happens, right, it is creating a suctional pull. A vacuum is created and that creates a suctional pull. So imagine putting a straw in a cold drink and drinking it, yeah, or in a coffee or in any beverage and drinking it. The sucking motion, right? So this is exactly like that. Okay, so what is happening? Because of transpiration, a suctional pull is created. Okay, that phenomenon is called transpirational pull, and this is a beautiful picture. So basically, what happens is the roots have root hair which will absorb the water by osmosis. That everybody knows, right? What is osmosis now? When the water moves from region of its higher concentration to lower concentration, right? Imagine you're watering the plants. So the water from outside, the concentration is more. From there, the roots absorb the water. Osmosis happens. So the water enters the root cell, right? Now, what happens is a suctional pull is created because of transpiration during the daytime since stomata is active. Now, what happens here is the water molecules, along with the minerals from the soil, will move in the upward direction. And two other forces play a major role: adhesion, cohesion. Now, what is adhesion and cohesion? Cohesion is nothing but the attraction between the water molecules. Okay, and adhesion is the attraction between water molecule and tissues of the plant. So, these two forces are very much important in maintaining a water column, and that water column is moving in upward direction. Okay, this transpiration creates a transpirational pull. Simple. So during daytime, stomata is active, thereby transpiration takes place, thereby transpirational pull take place. That is helping the plants to take up the water. Okay, so this phenomenon, transpirational pull, it's a pulling force. Okay, now what happens during the night time? During the night time, stomata is not active. Yeah, so transpiration won't take place. So transpirational pull cannot come into the play. Then how? Even if it is night time, they need water, right? So that is where the root pressure comes into the play. Very simple. So what happens is that the root hair, of course, absorbs water by osmosis. Yeah. Now from the root hair, it goes to the cortex of the root. So these we call as the cortical cells. Right. Now what happens when they take up a lot of water, they become very turgid, right? And the tissues become very elastic. So what they do, as they become turgid, they will push the water to the adjacent cell, and then this will become flaccid so that it can absorb the water again. Okay, so basically the root cells are taking up the water, becoming turgid, pushing the water to the adjacent cell and becoming flaccid again so that it will absorb water again, and this keeps on happening, and the water is being pushed to the xylem vessels. So this pushing force is what is referred as the root pressure. See, beautifully put in words. Force that helps to drive fluids upward into the water conducting vessels. It is primarily generated by the osmotic pressure in the cells of the root and can be demonstrated by exudation of fluid when the stem is cut off. So imagine you're cutting, there is a plant, okay, there is a plant stem, and if you make a cut at the bottom like this, and if you see the cross section, you can see droplets of water, right? That is because of the root pressure. That's what they are saying there. So what is happening here? By osmosis, the root hair is absorbing the water and putting it into the root cells. The root cells become turgid so that they push some amount of water to the adjacent cell. They become flaccid again absorb water, and this continuously take place, and this pushing force will push the water into the xylem vessel, and that pushing force will drive the water in the upward direction. Yeah. So basically, transpirational pull is a pulling force, root pressure is a pushing force. Okay. Pulling force in the daytime because of transpirational pull, pushing force in the night time because of the root pressure. Simple. Yeah, that's all. Very simple concepts, right? I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. So if they ask what a phenomenon helps in the plants getting water during daytime, it's transpirational pull. Nighttime, it's root pressure. Okay? Yes. I hope you all enjoyed. Before winding up, let me give you an interesting fact here. So you all know that among the vascular tissues, xylem is what transports water and minerals, right? So I want you to name all the four components of xylem: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Good. Tada. Bye bye. Take care.